So here we are. We are taking Chaos Theory back to the track today. Now, we're not going to English Mountain tonight. We're actually going to Knoxville Dragway for several reasons. One is that I don't trust my trailer after what just happened. So I'm actually going to drive Chaos Theory to Knoxville Dragway on the drag radials, eat them up pretty good. Another reason is because Ray actually lives just a couple miles from Knoxville Dragway, and he's bringing the Nova out too. So I'm going to go ahead and get the car loaded up, get everything we need in there. The only problem we may have tonight is I do not have a outside camera person. My wife actually doesn't feel too good right now, so I'm going by myself. So I'm going to do my best to get somebody to work one of the cameras here outside the car to get outside footage, but if I can't find anybody to do that, it may just be inside footage of my car, but we will get some footage of the DR Nova from outside the car for sure. All right, so kind of sad Tracy's not going to be with us tonight. Hopefully she gets to feeling better, but we got everything loaded up in the car. I will need a helmet at Knoxville. They don't put up with that shit like they do at EMR. I got my laptop. I got cameras over there. I got an extra nitrous bottle laying right there. I've got my ramps in the back because we still have our little transmission fluid leak at the front. So I figure between runs, I can just drive it up on the ramps and wipe the pan off. It's usually just a couple drips, guys, but I don't want to get kicked off the track for stupid reasons. That was actually Ray calling. He's on his way to the drag strip right now. So I'm going to hurry up, get there, and see you guys in a minute. We are at the track, but I may have some bad news. This transmission is not acting good. So it's hunting between first and second. So I don't think that's a good thing. I don't know, guys. We'll see on the first pass, but we may be losing second gear in our little turbo 350 here already. Hey guys, there's a face you hadn't seen in a while.
Horse man.
Say hi, Ray.
Hey,
Ray's rocking the Bad Luck Garage shirt. Click on the link in the description of this video and get you guys one. Oh, so here's the deal. On the way here, this thing started hunting between first and second gear. Anytime I'd have it in second gear, that's not a good sign, guys. I don't know if it just got hot. We currently are not running an external trans cooler. You know, we're just running our stock Camaro radiator here, guys, which, by the way, is doing a real good job of keeping the engine cool. Like going down the road, I've got a 195 thermostat in here right now. I'm going down the road, this thing's running about 185. So the radiator's doing good, but might be time to start looking at a external transmission cooler. That's actually the longest I've driven it was to here on the street, and just a couple miles before we got here it started acting funny. So I don't know, guys, we're gonna try to run it, see what happens. So I apologize, but it's looking like we might not have any outside footage. We got Ray is next to us in the DR Nova. Huh?
How's it? First time I've seen it out. How's it running?
Not too good.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just here trying to dial it in, get some baseline runs.
English Mountain not racing tonight?
Yeah, dude, my trailer's fucked up, and I didn't want to, yeah, so I drove it here.
Oh.
I didn't want to drive it an hour away.
I hear you.
I figure if it breaks, he just lives 2 miles down the road. So Ray's next to us in the DR Nova for this pass. This is going to be our NA pass, guys. So we'll finally get that baseline number. After that, I don't know how much Ray's going to run, but we may be able to get him to get some footage of the outside if this transmission holds together. Like I said, guys, second gear was acting really weird on the way here, so I don't know. Ray just destroyed me in the Nova. Ray ran an 8 flat 87 miles an hour. So he's still running the exact same times he was running last year. And I ran an 8:59.5 at 81. So when I get home tonight, we're gonna see who gets closest to an 8:59.5 on that one video, and that's who's getting a t-shirt.
What's the transmission do?
It shifted. You just straight up walked, man. I was just like, bye, Monica. You were just freaking gone, man. You got me by like 6/10, like over a half a second. You were like you gapped the shit out of me. You were like 5 cars ahead of me. I was worried about you guys not being able to see that race from outside the car, but it turns out it wasn't necessary because Ray, I'm pretty sure you're going to see the Nova in the footage inside my car, because Ray hit second gear, and as soon as he hit second gear, he just started freight training. I mean, he was fucking gone. So you're running consistent times like last year, exact same numbers. Maybe you ought to bracket race this thing.
1047 last year.
Yeah.
80099.
Yeah, but you said you spun a little bit.
Yeah.
So
That pretty close to same.
yeah, you might want to bracket race this. Holy crap, guys.
Yeah.
For those of you who came in the last couple months, this is the DR Nova. There's a whole playlist where we built this car last year on the channel. 6-liter 4L80E, 373 gears, and how old are you?
Turned 62.
Yeah, and a 61-year-old man that's still treeing the fuck out of me. All right, so we got our baseline number. On motor, it was an 859, which ironically is only like 1/10 of a second slower than the China Vet on motor. So it's actually running better than I'd hoped for. And the transmission held, guys. It shifted fine. So I think we're gonna go ahead and open up the bottle, and we're gonna make a big boy pass. We're cracking the bottle open. We're right below where we want to be, but I do not have a bottle heater on this yet. I still need to order one up. So here we go, guys. First run on the spray. I don't know what happened, guys, but it didn't feel right. It felt like it took off really hard, and then about the top of second gear or first gear, it felt like it fell on its face. So something wasn't going on good there. Something definitely was not right, guys. I only ran an 829. I don't know what the problem was there. We need to get back in line, run it again, because something was definitely not right. I may have figured out the problem. I still, you know, I've got closed loop turned off in the Holly, but I've still got it to, I still had it set to run in closed loop on the nitrous, and I also had it set to do a lean cutoff and a rich cutoff. So I'm thinking what might have happened is, because I'm running open loop, I think that might have screwed me up. That might be why the nitrous shut off on me. So I disabled all that stuff, and we're going to try to run it again on the exact same settings otherwise. it laid over right when the power really started to come in. It laid over. I don't know what the freaking problem is. Thank you, man. Real loud. So I run a 7983 at 85 miles per hour. That is not representative of a 250 shot.
No, but it looked like it done good in first gear, man. It raised the front end up.
Yeah, and then it just noses over. Like it comes out good, and then it just noses over.
I'm gonna run mine one more time.
Okay, well I'm gonna film you.
Okay.
I'm gonna let this thing cool down and think about it.
Yeah.
And maybe I can figure something out. Yeah. I might just take it off the progressive and put it. Shit, I didn't bring any jets. I'd have to hit it with the full 250 right out of the hole. That's the only option I got. But I mean, I want to make this thing run tonight, so
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with it. I'm gonna have to look at my data log, but yeah, let's run the DR Nova, and then we'll check this out. Ray's gonna run the DR Nova. The goal last year was just to touch sevens, and he ran an 809 on the first pass. And the temperature out here has dropped probably 10-15 degrees since then, because it's actually feeling pretty good out here now. So we'll make another pass.
Make another pass.
All right. Let's see them gauges. Oh, they're pretty. Them pretty gauges. Situation. I've been going through the tune. I have no idea what the hell's going on. I know I've probably said it a dozen times already, but this it's coming out of the hole, and it's obvious it's on the bottle when it's coming out of the hole, but it's not on there even to the top of first gear, and it just shuts it off. And then I've got no nitrous the rest of the pass. I don't know what's causing it, but I don't know if it's got something to do with the progressive, or, I mean, we've got the bottom of the line NOS, or not NOS, the bottom of the line Nitrous Express solenoids on this car. We've got their, their mainline kit, and it's supposed to max out at 250, which is what, the jetting I have in it is for a 250 shot. So it is possible that maybe the solenoids are sticking shut. I don't know, guys, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a freaking Hail Mary pass. I have switched over in the tune from a progressive to just a freaking straight up wet shot, which means this thing is going to be spraying the full 250 right out of the hole. So we're gonna see what happens here. If it works, we could break something. If it don't work, then we're just gonna run another pathetically slow time tonight, and I'm gonna have to iron this shit out. But either way, this is gonna be our last pass of the night in CC here. So let's get up there in the staging lanes. Come on, CC. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is, guys. I don't. I'm only trapping 86 miles an hour. There's no way, with a 250 shot I should be trapping way higher than that. So I don't know. We got to figure out. There's obviously a glitch in the system somewhere. Yeah. Something's not right. We've obviously got an issue with the nitrous kit on Chaos Theory, so we're going to focus on the DR Nova here. Ray's going to make another run in her. stop, man. The nitrous ain't coming on.
No.
Now, it's coming on when I leave, and it's shutting off before I even 60 foot. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. Something with that hauler, man. I've been having all kinds of issues with that hauler EFI, but I'm wearing all the shit. 807. He is stuck on those 8.0s. The shitty part is we've got some cool weather tonight, and if I would have brought my HP tuners with me, I could have sprinkled a little more timing in there. Unfortunately, I didn't. I just brought the stuff for my Holley EFI, so this would be a perfect night to get a little more timing in that car and go ahead and hit those 7s for Ray. Was that you spinning or was it him spinning? Because, I mean, I heard tires, but you look like you were moving out pretty good. You're right there, man. You're just hanging out in those 8.0s. What's your trap speed?
128.
Oh, your speed down there? Yeah, 87.51. Trapping. Oh, did your mirror come off? You left so hard the damn mirror flew off. Tighten that screw up. So I'm back home. It is really late. It's actually about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning right now. I'm extremely tired, but I wanted to go through the footage, all the track footage, and see what we got, what we didn't have, because I was having to try to get people to hold the camera, stuff like that. So, you know, I didn't quite get the footage I usually get just because, well, I didn't have my usual camera people there. But I wanted to kind of wrap this up. I'll try to do it as quickly as possible. First, I want to say the t-shirt giveaway from several videos back. The NA pass for the car was an 8595. So I went through all the comments. The closest person to that was Headflow Inc., who is actually somebody I'm friends with on Facebook anyway, Jeff DeBray. And he had guessed an 860, so he was literally like what, 0.005, what is that, 5,000ths or 500ths? Anyway, he was barely off. I originally said somebody had to guess it dead on, but I didn't really get as many people guessing as I'd originally hoped. So he was so damn close. We're gonna go ahead and give Jeff a t-shirt. I've actually already reached out to him tonight. Got his address and everything. So congratulations, Jeff. Your shirt should be on its way soon. So next, I want to apologize for not getting any footage of that last run. I was so frustrated that I just forgot to turn the camera on in the car. Ironically enough, Ray was having trouble with the other GoPro on the outside of the car, and after reviewing the footage, I figured out what happened. Somehow he must have accidentally hit the button on the side of the GoPro, and he switched it from video to picture. So he took a bunch of pictures but no video. So I'll just go ahead and tell you, because I don't know if I said in the video, but that last run was a 792 at 86 mile per hour. And guys, it was the same issue we had with the other two supposed to be nitrous runs, in that I don't know what's going on, guys. The fact of the matter is I'm having so many issues with this Holley EFI, and I mean, I'm sure it's something I'm doing, okay, because everybody loves this Holley stuff. It's got to be something that I'm just not doing right, or a bad connection or something, because I'm just having so many freaking issues with it. So I'm going to break down the issues I'm having real quick. We've got the closed loop fueling issue. So I turned off closed loop fueling. I dialed in the fuel map myself the other day. All right, so we were running open loop tonight. There was no closed loop above 4,300 RPMs, which is where we launch at. Our converter flashes to 4,500. So I took closed loop completely out of the equation. That's one problem we still hadn't messed with. And I've got some good suggestions from you guys and from, in particular, Brent Spence and Devin Vanderhoof, who, if you guys don't know, Devin is like the guy, the Holley EFI guy. So he's, you know, he pretty much gave me the same advice, the same stuff to try as Brent. So I am going to be trying, you know, to fool with the gains and everything and seeing if that fixes that issue. Another issue I have, and you saw it in the last track day video, is every single time just about I get on this car, whether it's making a pass or even on the street. It did it to me a couple times on the way home. If I get on this car real hard, when I let off, it wants to die. Once I come to a stop, even if I let off gradually, once I come to a stop, it will freaking die. And I have to start it 2 or 3 times, and it'll idle hunt and then die. And then usually the second or third time I restart it, boom, it's running perfect again. So I don't know what's causing that. That's another issue I'm having. Now we've got the third issue, which is the nitrous activation. And I have not looked at the data logs yet, guys. I've been busy the last 2 hours editing footage so I can make sure you guys have this video. But what's going on, from what I can tell by feel, is it is spraying when I take off. It's spraying through first gear. I mean, I think you can kind of tell in the video, even though, you know, the outside video was shot from pretty far back, but you can see the car is coming out of the hole. You know, I don't want to say like a monster because it's a bone stock 5.3. It's just on a little spray. But it's coming out hard. You know, I mean, it's knocking almost 3/10 of a second off my 60 foot when I spray. But before I even get to the top of first gear, it's gone. Like I can feel it shut off right at the top of first gear. Right before I shift, the nitrous shuts off, the car noses down, and it never comes back on again for the rest of the pass. So I don't know what's causing it. I tried adjusting my settings in the progressive, in the Holley, and on the last pass, the one that I couldn't film, I took the progression out completely and I switched it over, you know, to wet shot with no progression, or non-progressive, which means it should have sprayed a full 250 shot when I left. Now I'm going to tell you, it sprayed a little when I left, but there's no way that was a 250. Guys, I've been playing with this nitro shit for 20 years. That was not a 250 shot out of the hole. I don't know what it was. It was definitely some spray, but it was not a 250 shot. No way. Didn't feel even close. It felt like maybe a 150 shot when I left on that last pass. And I don't know, guys. What I wanted to do, and I actually said it to Ray a couple times, is I'm like, I wish I just had a push button and some freaking wire with me and some wire strippers. I would just straight wire this bitch to a button tonight and take the Holley completely out of it and see what's going on. Because one of two things is going on, guys. Either I've got an issue with my nitro solenoids themselves, or I've got a, you know, like I said, a third issue with this Holley. You know, that I can't get it to it needs some freaking act right. But I really do not want to leave this video on a sour note, guys. The good news is, after turning the closed loop fueling off, the car ran really good on motor. It ran better than I expected it to. Some of you guys thought it would do better than it did. The majority of you guys were with me. You know, we thought it was going to be like a high 8, low 9 second car on motor. I mean, again, guys, this is a bone stock 300,000+ mile 5.3. There's no cam, no nothing. It's a bone stock freaking engine. So I was really shocked that it went, you know, that 859. I was really shocked. As a matter of fact, you know, that's pretty close. Like, I think the best NA time we have on the China Vet right now is like a 852 or something like that. I would have to get out my log book and check that out. But I know it's like a 850 something was the best time that we've had on the China Vet with no spray. Now I want to throw this in there too, being that Chaos Theory here ran the almost identical time as the China Vet on motor alone. I know a lot of you guys for a long time have been saying we want to see a race China Vet DR Nova. I wasn't able to make that happen before the transmission started acting up on China. But what you saw in that first race, that's pretty much what would happen. I mean, I've told you guys before, I've jumped on Ray in China. I've jumped on him out on the highway with him in the DR Nova, and he freaking straight walks the China Vet. Okay, motor on motor. Yeah, that's what happens. Something else too this demonstrates. A lot of you guys, when I'm talking about knocking off a quarter of a second or a half a second, and some people are like, oh man, that ain't shit, half a second ain't shit, blah blah blah. You just saw what a half a second was, guys. A half a second is a freaking bus length. Okay, like Ray took me by a bus length. That was a half a second. So when you're racing people and you've got an 8.0 car and they've got a 750 car, and you're thinking, oh, that ain't much. It's a lot, guys. A half a second is a lot. So this guy's starting out in about the same territory as the China Vet as far as NA, just on motor. So we're going to be building off that. As a matter of fact, we have a cam and springs. We got our sloppy stage 2 cam and springs, because I'm not putting a bunch of money into this engine. I'm pretty sure we're going to blow it up at some point. So I just went cheap, guys. Went with the pack 1218s and the sloppy stage 2 like everybody else does. That's just the direction we're going with this. Like I said, it's $350 motor, and I am going to eventually chunk a rod or something, I'm sure, so I didn't want to put a lot into it. But that's coming. That's actually supposed to be here tomorrow. I'll probably do another video this weekend. The video may not be finished till Monday, but anyway, we got that coming, so that's good news. It'll be interesting to see. We know we're running 859s on motor right now, so it'll be interesting to see how much the cam picks it up. So probably what we're going to do is, guys, I'm not gonna wait to put the cam in to see what it truly runs on spray on a bone stock engine. That's one of the things that holds me back on this channel, is that I want to quantify results with you guys, and a lot of the times it keeps me from getting stuff done. Because I don't want to jump ahead on stuff. I want to show you every little thing, and that's something I'm going to have to change, guys, because it holds me back. It holds me back on a lot of stuff. So I was hoping we could get results tonight, and I'm going to be honest with you, with this thing running an 859 on motor, if that 250 shot would have actually done what it was supposed to do, we would have hit sixes tonight. Like, no problem, this car would have been in the sixes. It would have been, way faster than the China Vet, because we would have been spraying, 75 more horsepower on it. It definitely would have went in the sixes. But for some reason, we could not get the nitrous to work properly. And again, I'm going to have to investigate. Going to have to figure that out, guys. What I'll probably do is I will probably wire a push button to it and take it on a back road somewhere and see if it stays on with the push button. If it does, then I know I've either got an issue in my wiring, or, I don't think it could be the wiring, because it's initially coming on. So it's one of two things, guys. It's either the solenoids or it's something with the Holley. And when I say something with the Holley, I don't mean something wrong with the Holley. I mean probably something I just don't have set up right, because I'm new to the Holley stuff. So I'm going to figure that out, but I doubt we will get it to the track again before the new cam goes in. We'll just have to see, guys, because if I get time over this coming week to go ahead and do the cam and springs, I'm going to go ahead and do them. If I don't get time to do them, but I do get time to figure out the nitrous issue, then we may go back to the track and run it one more time on a stock cam but with the nitrous working, and see what happens. But the point is, guys, stick around. I will get this figured out. Congratulations once again to Headflow Inc. Jeff for winning the t-shirt, for guessing the closest time. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you want to keep track of this or the DR Nova or the China Vet or any of the other projects on this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bell on, get out in the garage, get something done, and I'll see you next time here on Bad Luck Garage.